That any misstep could exacerbate the situation. So let's bring in Wall Street Alliance Group partner Aadil Zaman. Aadil, so we've got here some of the things, exacerbation risk, something, whatever could exacerbate what's happening right now. There's quite a few things on this list, right? I mean, so it's a tenuous moment for this market.
Yes, we agree. So, there's so much uncertainty with government policy, with tariffs, with inflation. And what if there's any policy misstep, right? What if they cut taxes, but it's not retroactive to Jan 1?
Why is that important?
Well, because it gives businesses certainty. Otherwise, they may just defer business activity for later.
What's the likelihood, though, of GOP, Washington, D.C., with this being one of the top, issues for President Trump, for them to make that kind of a mistake?
Well, there's always a possibility. Our hope is that they're going to be more clear in their communication. But because of this host of uncertainty, we think that in the first half of the year, the market could be vulnerable to a pullback, and investors should position for that.
You have rate cuts on here. The Fed, obviously yesterday, since that last prior meeting, right, there's been these sort of mea culpas, maybe we cut too much. And they all, even yesterday, Powell saying, not saying that they're not going to cut, but they're pushing cuts off. Can the market exist? Can a rally exist in an environment where they're not hiking, but there's not going to be as many rate cuts as people thought months ago?
Yes, we think so, because what's happening is, Charles, is that there's inflationary, tariffs are inflationary, immigration policy is inflationary, but increased productivity because of AI is deflationary, right? Cutback in government spending because of Elon Musk is deflationary. So because of that, we think that the Fed will most likely do 2 rate cuts of 25 basis points this year, and the market will like that.
All right, and so you like, as we wait this first half uncertainty, you like value over growth, right? So we got the S&P value growth. For the most part, it's been down. Last summer, though, it became the hot trade. Everyone kind of jumped on a bandwagon. It kind of slumped again, and we're turning up here again. So you like value here at this juncture more than growth?
What we feel is that at this point, if the market pulls back, the area of the market that's going to be most vulnerable is what has gone up the most, which is your momentum names. So investors should try to reduce their exposure to the momentum names and add exposure to the relative value areas of the market. And potentially in the second half, you could pick up the same momentum names at relatively cheap prices.
Those momentum names took a hit in part because of the DeepSeek news. I think it was Aadil. He posted something about Jevons paradox. You echoed that in your note. Explain to the audience why this is important.
Yes, so greater the efficiency in the use of a resource usually results in greater demand for that resource. So we think that DeepSeek in the short term is going to create noise, but in the long term, with AI being cheaper and more accessible, it's going to be good for the industry as a whole. So we think that's constructive.
So net, it's good.
In the long term, yes.
Let's talk about some of the long ideas that you have here. What's going on here?
So under Trump, we think AI is going to boom, right? Through a cutback in regulations, through capital expenditure. We think that the demand for electricity from data centers is going to triple over the next 3 years.
And by the way, that trade has come back since DeepSeek. Some of the other things, some of the other names involved are sort of shaky, but the electricity crisis, the data center trade, that's back on.
Yes, and Eaton manufactures equipment that is used to manage and distribute power. So as the demand for power increases, demand for Eaton's equipment increases, and the company does.
So you got energy, you like the energy sector, and Goldman. Is this your top financial idea right now?
Yes, we like Goldman because we think that Trump is going to do deregulation. Because of deregulation, we think investment banking activity should pick up. Goldman is one of the top investment bankers in the world. They also have north of $3 trillion.
I've been hearing that mergers are going to come back. You feel that may also 2025 could be a big year for mergers?
Yes, it could, with Lina Khan going away and with less regulations. I think with interest rates being relatively lower, mergers and acquisitions, Goldman benefits.
All right, Aadil, great stuff, my man. Great seeing you.
Great seeing you.